Congestion in many areas is what we've witnessed because of diversions, like Akash was also pointing out. We haven't really had an advisory coming in from the Delhi police so far. Remember, yesterday the traffic police had issued an advisory of roads and areas to avoid if one was to if one's life was to not get disrupted by traffic snarls. Unfortunately, that hasn't happened yet. The Delhi government authorities there taking stock on ground as far as the situation in the national capital goes. But there are several areas that remain inundated across the city. Water levels refusing to recede with the risk of rain that is expected in the city. People of the city bracing for a worse impact. Anshul, my colleague, also joining us live now. I believe he's reporting from Rajghat, another area in central Delhi. What's the situation like there, Anshul?
Well, the situation is definitely getting from bad to worse with every passing minute. I'll just try and show you in the visuals over here. This is the road that leads straight towards the backside of the Red Fort area. Remember, that entire area is inundated in water, and from there the water of Yamuna has flown out and is coming towards the Rajghat. Now, at the very location at which I'm standing, this has slowly become a picnic spot for people because the flow of water is such that it is definitely creating a lot of issues. In fact, emergency vehicles are being allowed to move from this location, but yes, those emergency vehicles are also facing a lot of issues. Now, the visuals that you see on your screens right now, this road leads straight towards Rajghat, and it is being said that the water level could be anywhere between 6 to 7 feet right before the Rajghat, and this road leads from Rajghat. This road leads straight away to the ITU. So you can imagine how much water is actually flowing out of Yamuna at this point, and the kind of situation that has developed over here is definitely creating a lot of trouble for not only the local people who commute through this route day in and day out, but also for the security forces who are deployed over here, for the members of the Delhi police who are trying to make sure that people are safe out here. But yes, seeing these visuals on the TV screens, people are getting excited and are coming here, enjoying this as a picnic spot over here. Several people have already gathered over here, enjoying the free water park that they are getting out here, courtesy of our governments out here in the national capital as well. So yes, the people are enjoying this, but yes, people are also scared that there is no electricity in their houses, there is no drinking water in their houses. So what other option do they have? So many of them have decided to step out from their houses and come out here and enjoy this water park and jacuzzi-like experience that they are getting for free right here at Rajghat, which stands by its location as a tourist spot. And definitely this is still a tourist spot, and people are enjoying this water. But yes, what is scarier is that there might be open drains somewhere around here which could actually affect the people. Also, once the flow of the water is reduced, it is going to be utmost important for the Delhi government and the Delhi administration to make sure that this water is taken out at the earliest, because this is dirty water, and this water could actually mean that this could actually give birth to a lot of vector-borne diseases, which could yet again wreak havoc in the national capital. We have seen how diseases like dengue and chikungunya have already wreaked havoc in the national capital over the past few years. This time around as well, since there is so much waterlogging that has happened, we can expect that to happen this year as well. But yes, the biggest task of the Delhi government is now to make sure that the drains are cleaned at the earliest, because a lot of dirt has come from the Yamuna river to drains out here, to streets out here in the national capital. In fact, aquatic animals were also seen over here. A snake was just a few minutes ago seen right at this very spot as well. So you can imagine how risky it is at this point in time for these people to take a bath over here. But yes, the police is also letting them enjoy this, because there is very little force that is deployed over here. There are police personnel who are deployed in areas which are worse affected than this, and hence the police has decided to let the people enjoy over here. But yes, the situation might get from bad to worse with every passing minute.
When life gives you rains, make the most of it seems to be the mantra, at least as far as that particular area is concerned. Javed Mansoori, my colleague, also joining us, is going to be getting us that report shortly. That too is in Rajghat, like you see on your screens. And there's at least waist-deep water that Javed is standing in. This is in the heart of the national capital. And it's not just the river water that is now flowing onto the streets of Delhi. It's dirty sewage drain water that has nowhere to go, which is mixed in this water. This water has been stagnant for the last 2 to 3 days. It's not something people should be enjoying, but clearly what can we do seems to be the attitude, so might as well make most of it. But the situation is worrisome for the state government, for the authorities in Delhi to ensure that these kind of scenes do not repeat for another 24 hours. For the last 2 days, unfortunately, very little has changed for the people of Delhi. And this is only added to the troubles as far as electricity goes, as far as water supply goes, because 3 water plants have also been shut in the national capital as a precautionary measure. That is now only going to lead to further trouble as far as water supply in different parts of the city is concerned. Electricity, remember, has also been cut in multiple parts because of this kind of waterlogging that we have witnessed. As a precautionary measure, power has been off so that electrical lines, electricity does not pass through this water that has been accumulating on all these streets. That unfortunately has left many Delhiites without power for hours together. Yash, my colleague, also joining us here on this broadcast as we get you an in-depth analysis and a ground situation of what exactly is transpiring. Yash, joining us live from the old railway bridge, from where you can see Yamuna flowing in full flow. Yes, Yash.
Well, Poonam, I've just stepped a little bit away from the old bridge, and in fact, I want to give you a picture and in fact, the situation, how it is changing in the national capital. You can see right on my left is the river Yamuna, flowing at very high water levels. But in fact, if you look at this very space, the water till yesterday, in fact, till early morning was actually till here. Now you can see over here is just the sand which has been left behind, which came alongside the river with the water which actually entered these spaces. So now this is an indication of how the water levels of Yamuna in particular have receded. And in fact, this is this is the sand which comes along the water with the water when the river water actually came inside this very spot. Now this area has been cleared with water, so this is one indication that how water level of Yamuna is either going down or is being maintained. And in fact, I want to give you picture from the other side which tells you about the drainage system here in the national capital. Now this portion, yes, the water is of river Yamuna because this is just on the banks of the river, but that side you can see this truck is being stuck over here in this water, and this is in fact the drain water. So these are the two pictures which we are getting right now, that on the one hand the water levels are rising, and that water level is not rising because of the flood water, but actually because of the drain and the sewage water. And on this side you can see the water is just knee deep, which indicates only one thing, that the water from the river Yamuna is actually subsiding. But on the other hand, you can see almost half the truck submerged under the water. We can only imagine the height of the truck. Truck is approximately 7 to 8 feet of height, and in fact, if half of this truck and more than half of this truck is submerged, so we can only say that the water is around 4 to 4.5 feet. So these are the two contrasting images which we are getting to our viewers. One is of how the water level of Yamuna is decreasing but still above the danger mark, and in fact on the other side how the water levels of the city part or the main roads part are increasing, and that is because of the drainage system. Back to you.
It's rains, it's the drainage system, and it's the river that is flowing in full flow. That all of that is adding to the woes of the national capital. Anshul, Yash, Akash getting us the very latest from on ground there in the national capital.